Hello, hello! Now, okay, initially I was going to do a tutorial tonight, and it was going to be my black and white and dead all over tutorial, and I'm still going to do that one. I'm just not going to do it tonight, because I decided that I'm going to go ahead and save that for Tuesday, which is when my extensions are supposed to be here, by the way. I ordered them today, so I'm going to go ahead and do that tutorial on Tuesday, because I just wasn't feeling the tutorial tonight. If I'm not feeling the tutorial, then I can't do it, because then it'll turn out half-assed, and I'm not going to do a half-assed tutorial. So, however, there is a video, so this is like another vlog. So instead of like Coffee Talk Thursday, which I am still going to do every week, we're just having a little bit of extra. And I'm having coffee tonight, too. So I think it's around 6 p.m. right now, so it's Coffee Talk Friday, too. But Coffee Talk Friday night, because I did do Coffee Talk Thursday in the morning. Just a few things that I want to talk about, and as you can see, my hair is in a ponytail. Remember when my hair was shorter? I don't know if those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for a while, when I did the Evil Rabbit, which was last year. And it might have even been at the tail end of 2013, as a matter of fact, that my hair was purple, and it was a lot shorter. So when I put it in a ponytail, I kind of had this palm tree. I call it the palm tree effect going on. Well, the palm tree is no more, because my hair is indeed growing. So now it's, I just have a nickname for this one now. It's Muppet hair, because it just moves like the Muppet hair. So my hair is in a ponytail. And like I mentioned in the beginning, I did order my extensions from Donna Bella today, and they are going to be arriving on Tuesday at the latest. They're in Salt Lake City, Utah right now, so maybe even Monday. However, since I'm doing Coffee Talk Thursday every week, and then I'm going to be doing tutorials on Tuesdays and Fridays, so this is just something that I'm starting like for the new year, like I said, to help me better organize my tutorials. But like I said, I just wasn't feeling the tutorial tonight, so I'm going to do like a vlog instead. So don't get pissed off at me, just enjoy. So a couple things I want to talk about. Okay, my hair journey. I talked a little bit about it in my vlog yesterday, Coffee Talk Thursday. Speaking of which, let me take a sip of this coffee. And the difference is tonight is there's like, usually I use like Coffee Mate, like the powdered like Coffee Mate creamer in there, because I have to have cream and sugar in my coffee. I cannot drink black coffee, seriously. I'll fucking barf. Nothing against any of you who do drink your coffee black. You know what? Actually, snaps to you for being able to drink like straight black coffee, like my husband. But I have to have cream and sugar in my coffee. I take after my dad. My dad liked cream and sugar in his coffee. However, I use a Coffee Mate powder creamer. So I have this really cool, awesome, like mocha creamer in here now. Oh, it's so good. So it's like, had to have the after dinner coffee. So my hair journey. Okay, I talked a little bit about it yesterday, like I said, and my journey has been a long one. I talked about the extensions, the absolute piece of crap extensions that I got done, and I got done at a salon. The one thing that I can tell you, before you go and have anything done in a salon, before you have, like, I mean, even a haircut, or, you know, and especially like color and extensions or anything like that, research the salon, research other options, research every possible avenue that you every possible avenue that you possibly can, every avenue that you possibly can, and make sure that it's the right salon for you, and so on and so forth. I mean, go to the salon if you need to, and like kind of just get a feel for it, because the salon that I got my extensions done at was a salon I had never been to before. And even though, okay, reviews do make a difference, they do. When it comes, especially when it comes to products and so on and so forth. But this salon got really good reviews. But it's just like, I honestly think that, you know what, I got ripped off. for the extensions that were done, I got ripped off. I told you guys about them yesterday in Coffee Talk Thursday, but I'll talk about them again. They were, okay, these little, normally, like, okay, when I got the extensions from Donna Bella, like I said, it was a complete 360 because I was like, okay, that's what really made me look at the extensions I got done at the salon and think, wow, yeah, they were crappy. Because they were like these little half-inch wefts, and they barely had any hair on them, you know, which I thought was weird. They didn't dye my hair, although I paid for them to dye my hair. And then the stylist told me, oh no, that's for dyeing the extensions. I'm like, okay, here I see 10 wefts of hair, okay, half-inch wefts, by the way. And like I said, if I knew then, like what I know now, in regards to tape and extensions, I would have questioned things a lot more. But she was like, oh, well, that's for the extensions. Now, I should have opened my mouth. That's another thing I urge you to do. If you think that something is not right, do not ever, you know, let somebody intimidate you to the point where you do not ask questions. No, you're the consumer. You're paying for the hair service. You have every right to ask questions. And if they get pissed off about you asking questions, then they're shady. And you know what? Head out the door with a quickness. But I wish I would have asked more questions. So, as in like, okay, it's $65 for you to dye 10 wefts, 10 half-inch wefts. And by the way, that's not what I was told in the beginning. Okay, I was told that what the price that I would be paying, which was over $200, by the way, was for my hair to be dyed, and then I thought that I was getting a full head of extensions. Not the case. I got extensions on either side of my head, and like I said, my hair at the time was much shorter. So the back was like really short, like not even anywhere close to like the nape of my neck. So I had like this really short hair in back, and then this really long hair like on the sides. So I mean, that was like the freakiest A-line I had ever seen in my fucking life. But I thought it was weird. I'm like, okay, that's not what I was told in the beginning. And then I told you guys, I also talked about the problems that I had with the extensions sliding out. And after the second time, the stylist had said, oh, well, you know, I'm very embarrassed. And I'm thinking, well, you know what? Yeah, you should be. So I just didn't want to go back again. Because when I went back the second time, the owner of the salon, you know, gave me this really long lecture about everything that I should be doing to my hair and to take care of my tape-ins. And I told her, I said, you know what, in all honesty, I said, I have been doing all that, you know. So, like I said, if I knew then what I know now, I would have questioned things a lot more and just would have been like, okay, you know what, no. $200 plus, like, closer to, like, okay, round it off to about, like, $260, $265, okay, with just, okay, and that's, like, including, like, the tip, which she got a pretty good tip, because I do believe, like, okay, well, you know, I want to tip a stylist for, you know, their work, but then again, it's like, I thought about it later on, and I'm like, okay, well, how much work did she actually do? You know, so I was like, I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass for not asking those questions. But like I said, the one thing I am grateful for is that I did run across Donna Bella hair extensions, which they have been a lifesaver, and B, I have a lot more information to carry on with me now. So if there's ever anybody who asks me, okay, what's the pros and cons of tape and extensions, and where should I go and where should I not go? Excuse me. So, live and learn, you know, was a harsh, you know, kind of pricey lesson to learn, but I learned. Okay, the reason that I decided to get extensions, yes, it had a lot to do with the fact that I had that mishap when my hair was bleached in January, but also, okay, we all know that, like, your hair is a very big part, you know, of self-image, okay? When something like that happens, it really does. It's like, you feel, I mean, you feel so terrible Okay, I'm seriously, when my hair broke off, I was just like, I mean, to say, and pardon my language, to say, the oh shit factor came into play would be an understatement. Okay, I didn't know what I was gonna do, and it was really frustrating because when you spend so much time letting your hair grow and everything, and then you go to get a color correction and you go to a salon, it's like that stylist is supposed to know. They're the ones that have the cosmetology license, correct? Okay, so they're supposed to know what they're doing, and it was, okay, I will say this much, it was an accident, okay? He did not do it on purpose, and I know that, but still, it's like, and it was so, I mean, just such a downer because I spent all that time letting my hair grow and then it broke off, and it's like, okay, so then you are literally starting from scratch. You're starting all over again. So I didn't want to do that. And also, and another, oh gosh, another wonderful factor is this was a month before my birthday. So I thought, I'm going to go get this awesome color correction and everything, turquoise on top and dark blue on the bottom, which, you know what, would have been really cool if it wasn't for the bleach being left in too long. But I'm like, okay, well, it's going to be really cool, and then I'll just, touch it up again before my birthday. So, no. Oh, no. Au contraire, mon frere, because that did not happen. So, I, totally frustrated sitting here thinking, what am I going to do? There was no way I could get micro-lake extensions. They were, I was told by 3 different salons that I called that, okay, this is the length of my hair was way too short, that they would slide right out. So, okay. Personally, micro-lake extensions were not like my first choice anyways, but I had never heard of tape-ins, okay? So then I read about these tape-in extensions, and I'm like, okay. So because clip-in extensions, and I will say that, clip-in extensions, and I have used them in my tutorials before in the past, and and I have 2 sets. I have a purple set and I have a green set, and they are fun. They're fun, and they are really beneficial. Like if you want a little bit of a longer look for like a tutorial, or you're going out and about or whatever, then yeah, definitely. But if you want something more permanent, which I did, the tape-ins were a good option, okay? So yeah, I'm all for the tape-in extensions, okay? And I have never, like I mentioned yesterday, I have never had extensions in my hair before. So I got the tape-ins, and like I said, the Donna Bella extensions were awesome, and they lasted forever. And the one thing I also like about tape-ins, pardon me, yes, I'm having the Friday night nicotine to go along with it, okay? Don't smoke, kids. But, another thing is that they don't damage your hair, okay? Like, because I know there's extensions that have the glue and everything, and they can get really matted up. I've seen and heard some really bad horror stories about those extensions. But the tape-ins, no, it's like they don't damage your hair, they don't stunt the growth of your hair. So that was another big plus for me, which is why I went with tape-ins too. And you know what? It's 100% true, because when I took the last set out, which was, like, seriously, I think like January 1st, like New Year's Day, I took those extensions out. I didn't, seriously. The only problem that I had, and it wasn't really a problem per se, was that I just had a couple tangles, but all I did was just wash my hair and put conditioner in it and comb it through, bam, knots gone. But my hair did grow quite a bit, and it wasn't damaged, so yeah, really happy about the tape-ins. The only thing is that, yeah, you know what, I want my hair to get longer, so therefore I'm going to do another set of extensions. So, and like I said, I ordered the jet black one, so I'm looking forward to them. I just like having like the longer hair. You can do a lot more with it, etc., etc. And I think it's funny because you know what, the people that are like, was that your hair? It's like, well, yeah, it's my hair. I paid for it. You know, so yeah, technically it is your hair, and you cannot tell. If you put the extensions in right, or if you have tape and extensions done and they do them right, you cannot tell. You cannot see the tape. So like I said, if you're looking for an option and you don't want to do like micro links, so on and so forth, tape-ins are a really good option, and they don't screw up your hair. So trust me, I've had my hair screwed up in many instances. I have had such bad freaking luck when it comes to hair, and so I'm at the point now, it's like I am like never, you know, like I'm never going back to a salon ever, ever, ever. I'll cut my own hair, I'll dye my own hair. That way, if I screw it up, it's nobody else's fault but mine. So, but yeah, I mean, just everything that I've been through on this long as hell journey with my hair, you know, and I'm really grateful that my hair still grows, and knock on wood, it's still healthy and so on and so forth, because I mean, my hair was really jacked up. So, yeah, and like the tape and extensions were a huge benefit, and they were a huge lifesaver, and they were definitely worth the money. Now, that's another thing I want to mention about the Donna Bella extensions price versus the price that I paid at the salon, okay? Another $360, okay? I paid roughly about, like I said, about $260 for 10 wefts of hair, okay? Like 10 half-inch wefts of hair. Donna Bella, I ordered 2 packs because I figured better safe than sorry. That's probably what it's going to take to do like my whole head, which is fine. But 2 packs of hair, which are 1-inch wefts, they have a lot more hair on them than those, you know, puny little extensions from the salon, okay? Now get this, okay? 2 packs of 10 hair wefts, 10 tape and extensions, okay? Plus a pack of replacement tape, which is awesome, and I talked about that yesterday. Plus, I ordered the Donna Bella extension brush because I've heard that it's extremely good and it works really well with the extensions. It's not a loop brush, but it's just a brush that is made for tape-ins. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll give it a try. So all of that, the 2 packs of hair, plus the replacement tape, plus the extension brush, and I mean, we're talking like with shipping and everything, $134. You know what I mean? Which to me is like massive bargain compared to what I did pay and what I got. You know, I know that the Donna Bella extensions are quality hair. I know that they're a quality product because I've used them before, and like I said, they did last forever. The replacement tape is really good. I'm sure the extension brush will be awesome. I'm looking forward to trying that. So, you know what I mean? Especially when you know that, like, you've tried this product before, so you're just reordering from the same company again. It's a really nice feeling. So, but yeah, my hair had a big struggle with my hair. It's like the ups and downs and everything, but you know, but I still, you know, the beauty of it is like, you know what, I still have hair. It is growing. It's like my hair lived to tell about it, basically. So 2 thumbs up for that. But yeah, it's really frustrating when like time after time after time, you know, you're having, you know, struggle after struggle after struggle with your hair, and you're going to a freaking salon. I'm like, you know what, is it just me? You know, am I just like not salon friendly? Do I just walk in and they immediately fucking like see the word sucker written on my forehead or something? I don't know. But I just, because normally it's like, I'm like, okay, they have the cosmetologist, I'm going to sit here and, you know, twiddle my thumbs and just, you know, smile and nod, and they know what they're doing. You know what? Not necessarily. I've had some really good haircuts, and I've had some, just in the last year. Well, last year was like my bad year for haircut. I've had some really bad ones. So, yeah, I'm at the point now where it's like, I'm so paranoid, I'm like, okay, nobody's touching my freaking hair. That's it. You know what I mean? Nope. Once it gets to the length where I can like totally take the extensions out, I'm like, nope, it's growing, and it's like, nope, nobody's touching it. If I need to trim it, I'll trim it my damn self. So, it is, that's kind of like where I'm at. So, there's that. Again, I'll put the link to, the Donna Bella site in the description box below, so definitely check them out if you're in the market for extensions of any kind. And they do sell clip-ins too, just so you know. Another thing, okay, my tutorials. It's hard sometimes to, get the motivation, when you're not, okay, when you do a tutorial, okay, actually, screw it, I can only speak for me. So when I do a tutorial, and I know that, I'm really jazzed about the tutorial, and I think it came out really good, and so on and so forth, and then, I'm very hopeful that it's going to get a lot of views and some nice comments and stuff, and then it doesn't. It's like, that's kind of a bitter pill to swallow sometimes. But the thing I have to remember, first and foremost, is that I need to take another sip of coffee, for one. Okay, is that there are a lot of makeup artists on YouTube. Okay, there are some awesome ones. Just a few of my favorites, to name a few. I like Goldie Starling a lot. I like Sokolum. I hope I'm saying your name right, but her name is Heather. She's awesome. I like Let's Makeup, Siobhan McDonald. I love her. I think she's awesome. So these are the ladies that inspired me to take that step to, like, you know what, start a YouTube channel. Am I as advanced as they are with their YouTube videos? They've been doing it a lot longer than I have. No, I'm not. And first and foremost, like I said, I have to remember that this is an outlet for me to do the makeup looks that I want to do and to have fun with it. And as long as I'm having fun with it, that is first and foremost what matters. I'm not doing this, like, I'm not making any money off of this or anything. I'm doing this because, you know what, I have fun doing it. I enjoy creating these tutorials for you guys. I hope that, excuse me, coffee went down the wrong pipe. I'm like, don't choke, don't choke, don't choke. But, I'm happy creating these looks for you guys, and it means a lot to me. Like, when I do get views on them and I do get comments and you guys tell me that's really cool, or somebody will ask me, hey, do you have the link to that one video that you did? Can you send it to me because I'm going to such and such, and or when I get a request for a look, that means a lot. That means much more than I can probably ever express, really. I love doing it. The reason I do the looks that I do, and I mentioned this yesterday, so repeat, is because those are the looks I love to do. That's, I have so much more room, I think, to expand with those kind of looks, so, they're a lot of fun for me. Because if I just do, okay, let me put it this way. My father used to have a saying, okay, and it's so true. Okay, you can please some of the people some of the time, and all the people some of the time, but there is no way you can please all the people all the time. There's always going to be someone or a group of someones that are just not going to like either your vlogs, your tutorials, both. They're not going to like you for some specific reason. You never know. So it's touch and go, and there is no freaking way that you can possibly gauge who's going to like what. Just run with your creativity, and you know what, have fun with it, and be genuine about it, and be true to yourself when you're doing it. And to me, that's the most important thing. And when I do get compliments on it, especially from friends of mine that I think are, amazingly talented people, whether it's makeup or whether they're musicians or, whatever they do, or they're just awesome, genuine people. When I get compliments from them, that means so much. And to know that, you know what, you guys subscribe, and I do have my loyal fans. And I have to give another shout out, okay? She's also a friend of my husband's. That's actually how I met her. Chrissy Clark, her two boys, Jonah and Holden, they are my youngest fans. And you know what? I love them. Those kids are awesome. I'm just like, they're so adorable, because they think that, they told their mom, they told Chrissy, they said, They said, you know the makeup lady. They're like, Mom, you know somebody famous. And I'm like, Chrissy, I'm like, so not famous. And she's like, my boys are like so jazzed. She was like, no, seriously, you're famous. So thank you, Chrissy Clark, for, being the big supporter. Thank you, Jonah and Holden, for being my youngest fans. You guys are awesome, and I will always give a shout out to you. It's great to have, kids as young as you, watching my tutorials and stuff, especially watching them with your mom. My friend Chris Seltzer, his wife, he has 2 little ones too, Sadie and Logan, and I know that his wife Natalie watches my tutorials sometimes with her daughter Sadie. So thank you, Chris and Natalie and Sadie and Logan too, if you ever watch any of them. But that's awesome to me. See, that's what really, sparks the Kool-Aid grin in me. So it would be fantastic. I mean, don't get me wrong. It would be fantastic to have a ton of subscribers and to have a ton of views. And you know what? I'm hoping that the more videos I do and so on and so forth, I'll get there. I will get more subscribers. And that is my hope. That's my hope. But also, if I don't, I don't. But however, this channel is dedicated to 2 very special people. So I made a pact to myself that when I started this channel, because I did have 2 previous channels that I started and I got discouraged. So I quit. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to BS about it. I'm not going to lie about it. I had so much other stuff going on, like work-wise and everything, so I got frustrated way too fast with the YouTube channel, so I just kind of threw my hands up, was like, okay, you know what? Why am I even stressing myself out to, do these? So I quit. So this is, in reality, the 3rd channel that I have started. But to me, this is the one that matters because this is the one that I've had the longest and I'm sticking with it. And I made a pact to myself that no matter what, I wasn't going to get discouraged. And on my worst day, I was going to quit. Because even on my worst day, what is really a good outlet is, if I have a bad day or just a down day, coming back here and doing a tutorial or doing a vlog, that's a really good outlet. So there you go. It's just an awesome thing, all around. So, like I said, fingers and toes crossed that, I do get more subscribers and that you guys like me and like the tutorials that I do and like my personality and everything else. And if you don't, well, you know what? Tough shit, because this is who I am. This is how I am, so I don't know what to tell you. But if you do, 2 thumbs up, awesome, great, fabulous. I'm more than happy to have your support. And it does, like I said, once again, like a broken record, but it does mean a lot because it really does. So, that's kind of my whole outlook on my tutorials and my channel and so on and so forth. I'm not doing this for any kind of special recognition or, fame or glory or anything. I'm doing this because, this is an outlet. This is something that I really like to do. And the more of you people that like it, the happier I am, and the more motivation that gives me to keep on keeping on. So, there you go. That's just a, pretty lengthy explanation of, kind of, my outlook on my channel and my tutorials and so on and so forth. So, if you've ever wondered, now you know. And if you didn't, you know anyway. So, even if you never asked, you know what, or you never wondered, I just told you anyway. So, either way, it's a win-win situation, right? So, that's where I'm at. And like I also mentioned yesterday, another reason why I started making set days to do tutorials and Coffee Talk Thursdays, which is my vlog. Although I'm kind of switching it up a little bit and doing another vlog tonight, but is to help me organize those, my tutorials a lot better, and to actually be able to say, okay, these are the days that I am, designating to do the tutorials. This is the day that I'm designating to do a vlog, so there you go. So that, makes it, it disciplines me a lot more to have set days, other than be okay, because I told you, in a vlog, Actually, this is like more or less just like an extended version of yesterday, but yeah, it's like I always have like so much more to talk about. Like after I do a vlog, I'm like, oh shit, I should have mentioned that and that and that, but I kind of write down guidelines and I'm like, okay, I covered this and this and this, and then I'm like, I think of 20 more things afterwards. But so, okay, call this an extension of, Coffee Talk Thursday, but if you will. So like I said, it disciplines me a lot more to actually have the designated days other than to get so caught up with the work week and everything else and just being like, okay, you know what? Oh, it's like I'm so exhausted. I'm like, okay, and then keep pushing it back and keep pushing it back and keep pushing it back. So that's why I have the set days this year. It's a new thing for 2015. So, yep, that's basically, the whole 411 as far as my tutorials and as far as the new plans for 2015. Oh, and also I was talking yesterday as well about a couple of guests that I want to bring in. I'll elaborate on that a little bit more too. And of course, because I was talking and I didn't take a puff of my cigarette. And you know what? You gotta love, just, random side note, the safety cigarettes, okay? It's good because, like, they'll go out, but it seems like they burn down when they should be, going out and then, going out when you don't want them to, but so, okay, when I'm talking a lot, yeah, I know, I actually have cut down a lot on smoking. I used to smoke a lot more, so I have cut down. I don't smoke as much as I did before, and I'm not going to mention how much I smoked before, because then I know there's people out there that are going to call it the freaking American Cancer Society, or you might be members of the American Cancer Society, and you're going to be like, holy shitoli, you're still breathing? Yes, I am. But when I talk a lot, it's like, yeah, okay, of course, gotta have the nicotine. Anyways, but if you're not a smoker, don't start. Because I remember my dad, another little side note, my dad was an ex-smoker. Ex-smokers are the worst. I swear to God. I used to tell my husband, if I was, like if we lived in Utah and Mom and Dad still lived down here, and I lit up a cigarette, my dad would call me up in the middle of the night and be like, are you smoking a cigarette? Because I swear I can smell it. That's, obviously way exaggerated, a massive exaggeration, but that's kind of how it felt, because I swear, it's like my dad could smell cigarette smoke. It's like he had this, like, detonator alarm, like, if you're smoking a cigarette. I could be down the end of the driveway when I would go visit my parents, and my dad would be like, go down to the end of the block. I'm like, I'm at the end of the freaking driveway. But my dad had always told me, you know what, I'm not really happy with you starting smoking, because it is addicting. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not going to get addicted. Well, guess what? Anyways, so there's my outlook on smoking. Cigarettes. Gosh, yeah, here we go. I got off on like a random subject and I forgot what the hell I was talking about. Oh my gosh, okay, but, gosh, help me out here. What was I talking about? Before I went off on the cigarette thing, that's Mr. Mersley Wharf makeup, by the way. What was I talking about?
The guest.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Thank God that he's here, because I'd be like, what the hell was I talking about? 5 minutes later, I'd be like, I don't know. Does anybody want to, like, comment and tell me what the hell I was talking about before? I go on, like, these little random side tangents, and I'm like, where was I again? But, yes, the guest spot, so I'll elaborate a little bit more on that. I want to bring in a couple people, and like I said, I won't mention any names until there's actually, like, a set date to where they're going to come in and do this, but a couple people that are makeup artists of sorts, and just, I mean, have just just oodles of personality that I thought would be really awesome to bring in as a guest and have them do a tutorial on like a look of their choice. I just thought that that would be something really cool, so that's another thing I want to incorporate this year. I'm excited about it because I have asked both of them, and due to their schedules right now, they unfortunately can't set a date, but they did agree that yes, they want to do it. It's something that they're enthusiastic about, and to me, I'm like, okay, you know what? That's on the positive side. So I'm like, well, you have all year, you know. Don't wait till like December of 2015 and then be like, I'm ready. But you know, you have quite a bit of time because I know that your schedules are really busy as well. So that's what that's what I was speaking about when I was talking about the guest spots. Okay, in case you were wondering. So, yep. Let's see, I've already gone over my channel dedication. Okay, I'll go over my channel dedication one more time because I haven't done it since last year, so I'll do it again. And don't get me wrong, I'm not like, oh my god, I have to go through the... No, I'm just, it's, I'll try and give you the Reader's Digest condensed version because I know this video is going to be, like, long anyways, because that's another reason why I put music in my tutorials, because if I talk, the video will be like 50 minutes long. Okay, so the music and just shutting the hell up and doing the look, there you go. But this is a vlog, so I'm like, now that I have the freedom to talk, I'm talking. My channel dedication is to my father. My dad passed away. This July will be 7 years. So Dad passed away 6 years ago, and my dad was, I am so much like my dad, and no, for you smart asses out there, no, and that's not like, no, I'm not Butch, and no, but I just take a lot after my father. I have a lot of the same personality traits as my dad. I look a lot like my dad, and that's funny because I'm the youngest girl in the family, but I look, you know, definitely got Dad's nose. So my dad was a really big influence in my life. So when my dad passed away, it hit really hard. So my father was always, as old-fashioned as my dad seemingly was, he was also really a lot more, you know, in the long run, was a lot more about, you know, giving us the freedom to, like, dye our hair different colors and stuff like that. Of course, he would tease us about it, you know what I mean? But Dad really didn't have a problem with it, so there you go. It's, like, the freedom of, like, personal expression or whatever, you know, and Dad might not have, like, 100% agreed with it, but, you know, he was like, okay, well, you know, it's a different era and things change and you're my kids and I love you and there you go. So, okay. So, which, you know, I'm really grateful for. So I figured with this channel, because this is an outlet for the more unique kind of special effects, more sinister, gorier type makeup looks that are like out of the ordinary, halfway dedicated to my father, and also dedicated to Brandon Bittner. I have told you guys about Brandon Bittner before. His story profoundly affected me. He tragically committed suicide after being relentlessly bullied in 2010, and he was only 14 years old. So it's partly dedicated to Brandon Bittner in his memory, and partially dedicated to Dad in his memory. So there you go. I am 100% against bullying. I'll go into that just a little bit. I was bullied big time in school. Big time. Through like middle school, partially through high school. I ended up having to really get into a lot of more physical confrontations to defend myself against people that just decided that they didn't like the way that I looked, so they had a problem with me. And bullying is definitely a problem. It's definitely an issue. And you know what? When you're, especially in middle school and high school, and you're growing and expanding and finding yourself, and there's so many aspirations, for your future, to what you can do and, what you can be, and you're going to grow and change and whatever. And to be relentlessly bullied, it's like it stifles that, because you're constantly worried. You can't concentrate on, like, if your favorite subject is music, you can't concentrate on that because you're constantly worrying about, when you go to school the next day, how many people are going to want to kick your ass for no reason, and they don't even know you. They're judging you without even knowing you. So I am, like, massively anti-bullied and anti-bullying, and there are a lot of young people that have taken their lives because of bullying. And now it's worse because now there's, like, there's not only face-to-face bullying, there's freaking cyberbullying and all that other crap. I mean, it's expanded so much. So I am 100% against it. And for all these, beautiful young kids to take their own lives because they can't deal with this crap anymore, you know what? That's beyond awful. So, there you go. I'm a big supporter of, no bullying. So, and I'm a big supporter of, don't be a bystander either. If you see somebody being bullied, I'm not saying you gotta jump in and, but you know what? Don't let it go on and not say anything. Don't let it go on and not tell anyone. It's like, there's strength in numbers, So support your friends and don't ever judge anybody before knowing them. It takes a lot bigger person to reach out a hand in friendship than it does to judge somebody. So, there you go. And that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I will be back with you guys on Tuesday with my black and white and dead all over tutorial. And I'll have the nifty extensions in too. So that's a little added bonus. So yeah. Have an awesome weekend and have an awesome Monday, and I hope your New Year's going well so far, and I will see you guys again on Tuesday. So happy Friday night. Bye.